Um, we're going to talk, I guess, about the various baseball slates. I see Bobby's in the waiting room, I think. And then we're going to talk about the Open Championship. For those of you that didn't notice, I did update the sheets, and there are a couple of kind of key guys that I want to talk through with Bobby. I'm going to show you what the SaberSim build is going to look like, and then we're going to talk about how to build my big buy.
I'm here, man. I'm here now.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I just changed the title. So,
Oh, I did too. That's so funny.
Oh, you did? I hope yours is probably better than mine. But yeah, no, I don't have my screen on because
I will update. I'll share my screen. So, I mean, not so great baseball wise. I had too much Rodon to start off with. But I did have a decent amount of Verlander. Just couldn't quite. I don't even know who's winning, but I guess Cubs. I guess I have a couple of Talkmans, but like this one's gonna cash. I mean, like the batter's eye will cash for a couple of hundred. But nothing is particularly worth. Had Padres that kind of fizzled out. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna cash in the 250. I mean, I'm
on the bubble in the 250 with that lineup we talked about.
Okay. All
with
right.
With the Yarborough Ashcraft, who were fine.
Oh, how's that working out, by the way? I didn't even look.
The Braves just didn't work out. And I only put them in that one lineup because they were so popular as we thought they would be.
Yeah.
I thought the process overall was fine tonight. I still feel like it's been going through a rough baseball stretch, and I've ridden these out before, and I'm trying to ride it out.
Well, let's take a look and see who's winning here. So in the 555, wow, I didn't see Rodriguez had such a good game. I didn't notice even.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, this guy's got a Julian one off. Oh my God.
Against Castillo.
Yeah. Oh, against his own pitcher. Man, must be nice to be him, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I am not counting this lineup. We're gonna look at this other one. This guy went with the Cubs Washington. That makes totally reasonable. See, this looks more like something I have a chance to do. Oh, with almost a 0 out of Vlad. That's just kind of fun. You'd think I'd be doing better on to the slate because it's like not that many points.
Yeah, I would have thought that.
But let's just see what last place looks like. This is the Rodon minus 1.65. That's it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
just not gonna work. FanDuel, not again too much Rodon. Same thing. It's not looking too hot for the Yankees with Rodon so far this season, as I was afraid of.
3 starts, 1 in Colorado. Like, give him a chance to get going.
Dude, you're in the wrong town.
I mean, I should know. You're right. I should be in New York. I would be just arguing it up with everybody.
Yeah. Oh, you drive yourself a lunatic or something.
No, they would drive.
Dude, it's been 1 inning. Why is he not Brett yet? It's been one in the third innings. We should trade him already. That's it.
It's a Yankee fan for you.
So I just also wanted to share my I did 3 wagers.
Oh, let's see. I want to see about that.
Golf.
Yeah.
And it was a put my money where my mouth is because Matt's friend Jason said, "Hey, who are the locks?" And I'm like, "Well, what price range do you want?" He's like, "Whatever." So I gave him one kind of chalk, one kind of these just to win, one like decent one, and then one no shotter. Not even no shotter. I can't believe the price that I got on some of these. So I'm going to tell you what I have. My chalk one, I just to back up what I said in our show. I did play Cantlay at 20-1, but that's just kind of a stupid thing to do. But I bet them at 20-1. But then the fun ones, I have. I'm going to show you actually.
I don't have one Cantlay lineup.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
I have Patrick Reed plus 70-1. But then, I mean, how do you not play this, Bobby? We've got Joaquin Neiman at 150 to 1.
Yeah, that's definitely playable.
Yeah, I'm in there.
He has a different type of mindset anyway, and he's really good on. That's a ridiculous number, Sheets.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yep.
I kind of want to get in on that one. Jesus.
I'll split it with you. $25 each.
Sure.
We're in. 20 booked.
Appreciate it.
Booked. 25 each to win 38.75.
There we go.
Dude, that's I don't nothing's a lock, and I'm sure it's like terrible value. It certainly looks like good value.
It's insane value. What was Patrick Reed? 70? That's probably really good value too.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I mean, wouldn't you take Joaquin Neiman plus 2 to 1 over Patrick Reed?
Well, the problem is when I look at the golf odds, I feel like everybody I look at looks like good value.
Right, I know.
It's like really hard to decipher it. I'm like, oh, it's not like the NBA odds where it's like there's 3 teams that are 4 to 1 and everybody else is like 8 to 1 and 10 to 1 and 12 to 1, you know?
Yeah. So there's a couple of guys before I even get into my builds I just want to ask you about, because one guy I'm getting a lot of, and it's a guy, it's a type of guy I don't play too often, and another guy I'm not too convinced is a good fit for the course. So what are your opinions on, first of all, Adam Scott?
That's one that I actually have a note to add. There's players I don't have in my lineups, and he's one of the 5 that are on my list to add. So that's what I think of him.
That makes me feel a little bit better, actually. As I'm getting a decent amount of him, and it's like those types of guys are guys I don't play all that often usually. So that's good. So I'm going to hold on to that.
Yeah, I actually like that, and the headliners for me just before.
Wait, hold on before I lose my thought.
Yeah.
And the other guy I wanted to ask you about, just because again, I know you liked him. We talked about him earlier. It doesn't seem like the fit for someone where you need some distance. But what do you think of Denny McCarthy?
So I have him as the highlight. I have 3 guys highlighted for my have to adds, and he's one of them.
Okay. Oh, there you go then. Okay.
So like Scott was just on the outside. He's right on the inside.
Yep. That makes sense.
So my other 2 big ones that I need to add some exposure to are Minwoo Lee and Brooks.
Yeah.
And then I also am probably going to throw in some Cantlay, some Scott, and some Morikawa was the other name. But the guys who I'm very into this non-big build. I just don't know that like I want to do with all my lineups. I do feel like it's pretty easy to build like the top of the line lineups. But at the same time, my original build is still my biggest build, and I'll read it because it probably will change. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I have Spieth, Hatton, Fleetwood, Cam Young, Stenson, and Taylor Moore.
That Stenson is going to be like 0% owned.
I don't think so. I think he ends up like 5 or 6 or 7%. I think he ends up as one of those cheap guys people play. Because
are you getting to any? Well, first of all, how many lineups are you playing?
So I'm on. It's hard to know exactly how many total. Actually, how do you figure that out? Because I just added some $5 ones.
I only asked you in context because I was going to ask.
But I'm playing 1.888. One of the big single entries, 1.888. A couple of the $88 and $44 things, and some $20 and.
No, the only reason I ask is I was about to ask you, like, okay, so I was going to say
$5.
I was going to ask how many guys under 6K do you have in your lineups, and the impact of the answer depends on how many lineups you're playing. That's the only reason I mentioned.
So that's a very fair question. So 15 of those, but maybe 65 total lineups. Because I'm playing some $5. I just didn't want to put a ton of money on the line because to be honest, I'm not going through a great stretch. So the ones I'm playing, I'm almost all playing 2 of them. just so you can double pay up and go for the sureness that you feel about the Rahm or the Scheffler being in, just always going to be in the top 5. Or if you want to play, Cam Smith and Rory or whatever, it just allows you to do anything you want. And you still have affordable spots in others. Like you can play Tom Kim, you could play Finau, you could play Homa, you could play these other guys in the mid tier with 2 of those spend ups and double spend down. And literally all you need is the cut making at this point.
Well, I will have you know,
maybe a little bit more.
I'll have you know that you had about a total of like $200 like available. It looks like on Stake Kings. I just think bought all of it. I think.
I love it. Let's go.
So yeah, so let's let me refresh this. Let me just make sure.
And can for my friend Remo, can we get a home run for Mike Ford? We got a random home run.
This one. Okay, so wait, Mega Snowman. I'm not buying that much. So I'll buy. Oh, it's so funny. I thought of you. We had a birthday party for Ashley back when it was her birthday, like 3 weeks ago, and she turned 24. We had 24 like all over the house.
That's funny.
So we had the Kobe all over the place.
Yeah. So let's talk about your ownerships. I love the 24 everywhere, but I'm also the 8 guy too. Like it's both for me. But I want to win one, Sheets. I'm ready to take one down.
So
go ahead, Sheets. Talk about what you're doing.
No, what I was going to do is I want to pull up. I want to really talk about the big buy-ins here for a minute. And see what I want to do, because I just built with SaberSim, and I never do SaberSim for the big buy-ins. I just kind of want to look and see like if I were going to really do this and just really be a stickler for ownership, the guys I would play, like I probably would start with honestly with Xander at, you know what I mean? Xander would be the top guy because he's like at the lowest owned, at least I have it, of everybody I have over.
No, what about Smith?
Well, what I was gonna say is the lowest owned guys that I have rated high enough, and then the Cameron Smith one comes in,
It just feels weird that everyone questions him before every tournament, and mostly he's been awesome at majors and tough courses. He blew a spot at the Masters to win one. He finished second or third? I don't know.
I got another guy that looks to be low. No, it's Jason Day.
It's an interesting one. I was thinking about that earlier.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago that we were cashing in on him. Remember that?
We're still in on him. We're still in on him though.
What I meant is for a year, you were ahead of the curve on him.
Yeah.
And then there was a stretch where, honestly, this whole stretch, which led to his win, he was chalky every week. Okay. And then he got his win, and then 3 missed cuts in a row after that, and he's kind of disappeared a little bit, but his overall form, it can't be completely disappeared. So
no, I agree with it. The problem here, here's the problem you run into with golf. Okay. So we just talked about Adam Scott. I like Adam Scott. I like Taylor Gooch, who we haven't talked about.
Yeah, I was going to talk about him next.
Both like Justin Rose, who I have none of right now. Corey Connors, who I have none of right now.
Yeah.
Minwoo Lee, who I have none of right now. And I love all these guys. I have Keegan some. I have Neiman.
You have any Fox?
I have Henley. I don't have Fox.
Spieth is really the nut play, right? I mean,
it's kind of I don't need to make the extra play. The other one is Fitzpatrick.
Whoa.
How dumb would we feel if Fitzpatrick? It's one of those things.
Actually, he wouldn't bother me. If
it would bother the hell out of me, because I actually think there's a different perception where he's the highest owned player in the slate most of the time. Actually, if this was played last year, do you think I think he's the highest owned player on the slate. I really do.
At that price?
At the price. He's the 16th highest priced golfer, and he would have like the 4th best odds if it was last year.
Well, I'm gonna go
And
back.
he's doing it this year. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to a guy that we talked about. You talked about more than I did. He doesn't really project that great for me, but if I'm gonna go with the idea that you need some distance on this course, you brought up Cameron Young a couple of times.
I love Cam Young.
And I see him at 5% ownership.
Yeah.
Now I did look at a little bit of content, and the reason why. So, and again, I've been following the tracking of Cameron Young. Like he had been a little chalky, and then people didn't want to play him, and then like even Rick came out and said after I think it was the second cut that he missed. He was like, I really don't like him anymore. You know, he's got to get his shit together, whatever it is. And then he had this. He was T6 at John Deere, and I was listening to a couple of other shows, and they were like, "Well, yeah, he's fine, but John Deere is like a weaker tournament, so we're just kind of like letting it go, whatever it is. We don't care." I don't know, man. He was. It wasn't too long ago that he was like on the cover of like all the big
sheets. What are his odds to win? Let's spread our action out a little bit.
70-1, I think. He was one of the guys I was thinking about 70-1.
I like that. Can I throw? I'll put in whatever. I'm in on that one. That's ridiculous. He should be like 35-1.
Here, let's get back.
He should be right with these other guys, with the Dustin Johnsons and the Tommy Fleetwood. Well, not Tommy Fleetwood, but he should be with the other ones.
He's 65-1.
Yeah. See, perception is a funny thing, though.
All right, we're in 25 each.
Who would have thought that he's so? Yeah, those are our two. Okay, but who would have thought he's like it's just like a year removed from these guys being great, and they've all had moments this year. Like that's what my Fitzpatrick argument is. Not to mention the whole that's playing in that type of weather, growing up in that area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's just go back. So if you played Cam Young, and then, boy, you're really going to play Cam Smith at 10-7, huh?
I'm starting. Honestly, that's the hardest one for me to click in because I have all the other pivots that I like Cam Young and Jordan Spieth. I don't need to also play Cam Smith. You know what I mean?
I would just play like Max Home at 8,400. Exactly.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many guys down here who can actually, like Justin Thomas at no ownership. You know what I'm saying? There's a world where all of this happens. Sam Burns, Tony Finau, Tom Kim. None of these guys would it surprise me if they won. I would be surprised if anybody beneath them won, except for Neiman. Except for Neiman and maybe like, I don't know, like somebody really weird, like Oosthuizen or somebody cheap, like McIntyre or something like that could actually win this tournament because of the style. Because I'm telling you, the weird thing is it's gonna play softer than people think on day one. I don't know. I keep going through so many things like why am I not playing Tom Hoge at 6,400? But then I'm like, well, I love Taylor Moore. He's going to be in my biggest buy-in lineup 100% right now. I'm only playing him at like 20% because of it, but he's going to be 0% owned. And I just think like guys who can win tournaments, like you're getting a version of Wyndham Clark basically at 1/15th the ownership and $1,700 cheaper.
What are you doing with Ricky Fowler?
More than that. I'm not playing him, but I like Ricky and I'm happy for him. I'm just not playing him.
Finau.
I like the Finau idea.
Yeah.
Actually, other people will as well, which is going to make. I like Taylor Gooch, by the way, too. Like, we haven't got to see this guy play much lately.
Well, what are you doing with McIntyre, by the way? I mean, I have him as like the highest owned golfer in the whole slate. I mean.
Yeah, I have some of him, but like I'm so off the board, I don't even have to worry about it.
Right, right.
When I'm playing Scheffler, I'm playing either Rahm or Rory.
Wow.
Or Cam Smith. You know what I mean? If I'm spending up, I'm going to double spend up. There's too many opportunities. And I guess the better question sheets or the better thing to talk about, maybe the guys to spend down on. Because I've got the Southgate, the Rosner, the Ramsey.
I have another guy for you.
Matt Wallace, Jordan Smith, or whatever his name is. Yeah,
the Jordan L. Smith, right?
The Jordan Smith, who if he played in the NBA and looked like that, we would go, what the hell is happening here? There's no way that's Jordan Smith.
Well, I have another guy. If you want distance a little bit, is Bryson DeChambeau the worst player in the world at 8,800?
No, probably not. But I'm not doing it. I'm not playing. If I was playing 150, I would definitely. I would have him probably like 7%.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Maybe there's an argument for all the people who can win the tournament at 10%, but then you run into like 40 people at 10% or more. It's really hard.
Well, who's honestly can win this tournament? I mean, honestly, like that's under 9.
Actually, 40 is a lot. Yeah, you're right. But let's talk about the guys who can win this tournament. So I don't think anyone over 10K would surprise me if they won.
Yeah. Let's talk about guys under 9K.
Even in the 9Ks, it would surprise me if Cantlay won.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
It would surprise me if Ricky won.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Spieth won. It would actually surprise me a little bit if Morikawa won. It would not surprise me at all if Fitzpatrick won. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Hatton or Fleetwood won. It would surprise me a little bit if Dustin Johnson won. It wouldn't surprise me if Lowry won. It wouldn't surprise me if Cam Young won. It wouldn't surprise me if Hideki won. And then you get to Bryce, and he's like, okay, well, wouldn't totally surprise me.
It's like Wyndham Clark's, he's a good golfer. He's not winning, though.
Well, why, though? Like, he's got a better argument than Bryce does. Like,
I don't think so.
Supposed to be great, and now he's becoming great. He's winning all the time. He's awesome. He's really good, man. And he's actually one guy I actually have watched in person. He's really good.
Justin Rose isn't winning.
Homa could win it for sure.
Homa's like gonna win it. It's like
Homa could win it. Finau could win it. Tom Kim could win it.
You really think Finau's gonna win this? I mean, you really think he has a chance to win?
No. Yes, I 100% think he has a chance.
Really?
He's too good just to naturally.
It's every freaking putt. The guy's like a disaster.
Like if you literally just he's 8,200 and we paid like 10.
No. I'm not saying he's not a great play. I'm just talking about whether he can actually win.
I'm always in on this, and he doesn't win. You're preaching to the choir here, Sheets. I'm the one who's always saying this. You always love Finau. You probably have bet Finau to win like 5 times in our little game. I've never bet Finau to win anything.
Yeah, I know.
I think you were actually right once, though.
Sanjay M. Sam Burns could win, I guess.
Yes, he could. So could the weird ones are Joaquin, Minwoo Lee.
Well, Justin Thomas could certainly win.
Justin Thomas, Corey Connors. Corey Connors absolutely could win.
He finally won.
Dude, he won twice, and he finished second twice at the Masters. What do you want? What do you want from the guy? That means he could win. Denny McCarthy is probably the lowest price player I think that could win the tournament.
You really think he can win?
Yeah. I actually think he's so good.
Well, if you want to know the truth, I mean, the lowest price guy that can win is Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, probably Oosthuizen.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, Oosthuizen. Trying to see. I guess there's there's a world like Taylor Moore's won 2 tournaments. It's not impossible, but that's it's not impossible range. There's nobody else who really could win it. Maybe like a weird guy like Stenson could. It's possible. Like these weird, it happens at these majors. Zach Johnson won the major. He's 6K. Maybe it's the Richie Ramsey win.
Is Adam Scott really gonna? Actually, he doesn't have to win if you play him. So I'm not.
No, by the way, you know who I like a lot is Harrington.
Oh, yeah, I like that a little bit too. Actually,
Patty Harrington.
Dude, Joaquin Neiman is 7,500.
So Northside's asking for the 5,900 down players, and I'll tell you the ones who I'm playing right now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not saying this is right, but I'm playing Ramsey. I'm playing Wallace. He's 6K though, so sorry. Fitzpatrick. The other Fitzpatrick. Southgate. Rosner. Those are my 4. And the other ones to consider are Nakajimi and Micheluzzi.
Yeah, the 5K guys that I'm playing are the Antoine and the Trent Reznor, whatever, and
Trent.
and the
old Trent Reznor
and the Ramsey. Oh, and I have the. I have a little. Do I have a little of the Southgate? No, I do not. I do not have any of the Southgate. Let's search this by salary. Actually,
I'm trying to get a little bit of the other ones I mentioned. The Naka.
Yeah, I have like one lineup with the Rosner, like one lineup with the Ramsey. Henrik Stenson, there he is, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll tell you who I do not have. I have 150 lineups. I have a grand total of one lineup with the best golfer in the world. How good am I?
John Rahm.
Scheffler. Dude, I have one lineup with Scheffler out of 150, and because I don't learn my lesson, I have 4 out of 150 with Brooks Koepka, and 2 with Cameron Smith. Great. Terrific.
I have Rahm and Smith.
The winner of last year, and then like the 2 like greatest golfers.
I'm playing the Rahm Koepka angle in one of my bigger ones.
Rahm and Koepka together.
Yeah, and Homa. Because then if you play even just one of the cheap guys, CM is the other one. I'm throwing into a lineup right now actually. Because the most neglected range for me was the mid to upper 7K range, and I want to play those Connors. And I really think that I just think that betting. I don't love Corey Connors in general. This does seem like a good fit, and I also think it's weird that no one will play Harris English.
Oh, he made this tournament?
Yeah,
he's in there.
He had a chance at that
He did. He did, didn't he?
No, I can't put it. I can't do it ahead of my other lineup. I'm still in my whittling phase here, which is my favorite thing with golf. I feel like I could make 10,000 golf lineups every week.
Yeah, all by hand too.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's good. Like I've had a good overall golf betting, like considering my lack of knowledge going into it. But I'm not like, I haven't won the million thanks to Dustin Johnson cheats. I'm just kidding.
Holding out from God knows where, huh?
Yeah, that was.
What do you got? What do you got for Hovland this week?
It's just I'm not playing as many as I usually do, and I'd love to play more of them. I think I have one set of lineups with them. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Where do you stand between like the problem is like all of that range feels very juicy to me, that 7,700 to 8,200. But like, I don't really think, like you said about like, when you think about guys who can win the tournament, I don't find that many in there.
I don't think you need to win the tournament in that range though.
No, but like if you're going to play them with some really cheap guys, you kind of, I guess that's what I'm doing to my lineups.
I mean, listen. You mean the guys under 7,500? I'll tell you who hits it far of that group is Ryan Fox.
It's interesting.
Like the other guys that don't really
no distance though.
What?
He has no distance.
I thought Ryan Fox did actually.
No. It's not like Fitzpatrick, who they're both little guys, but like I'm sort of stuck on this Fitz thing. My biggest lineup is still that Spieth, Hatton, Fleetwood, Cam Young, Taylor Moore, Stenson. I love the lineup, but I really want like Fitzpatrick somehow in some of my bigger lineups, and it means I probably have to forego Spieth in a couple. I'm not forgoing Stenson though. I like the Stenson play. You know, it's also nice to have guys who have played there before, you know, or played, you know, at least these tournaments before.
Yeah.
So as of right now, who are your highest owned people? What's going on?
Hatton, Connors, Fleetwood, and Finau.
And you're playing the 150.
Yeah.
Hatton, Connors.
Fleetwood and Finau.
Yeah. I like that mix.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you, I like that mix a lot. You get a Jordan Spieth or a Cam Young in there to make a difference. The problem is in my biggest buy-in, like I said, I'm trying to go over it right now. It doesn't entice to get as different as I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have 4 guys I think can win the tournament. I don't think there's that many other ways to build where you can have 4 guys who can win the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Tom Kim, Homa, Cam Smith, John Rahm could all win the tournament. Tom Kim, though, would be like a reach, but like it's going to happen at some point with him. It's 21.
Are you playing? I'm not playing FanDuel. Are you playing any FanDuel?
Kenny's asking about CM and Campillo.
Yes, that's right. The CM, huh?
Yeah, I threw CM into a couple things. Matt Jordan. It just sounds ridiculous. Like, why are you naming your kid Matt? I don't know. It's just a weird thing to do. If your kid's name is Jordan. All right. The Matt Jordan thing, it just feels wrong, man. I don't know what to say. If he's been a member there since he was 9, if Kenny's what he's saying is true.
Wait, what's this now?
He's saying that Matt Jordan has been there a member since he was 9. I'll play him for that, man. That's enough of a reason to play a guy. But he's not even cheap. Like he's 6,500. He'd be like 7,200 if it was like normal, or 7K or whatever if it was normal pricing. Feels weird. He shot 369s, then an 80 in the last tournament. Wow, how do you close with an 80 after 369s? Oh, there was a lot of wind that day, though. But still. And we'll play the Campillo. I'll throw one with both of them in there, Kenny, just for Kenny.
With both of who?
Campillo and Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of.
I like that idea that he's played it. He's been a member since he was 9. I'm in.
He's a member. Is he allowed to play on the course or?
No, apparently he's not allowed to be. He'd never seen the course. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't know.
He's a member. Then maybe he's just like, you know.
He's been a member since he was 9, though. Makes me feel like he knows what he's doing there.
Maybe he's just like a caddy or something. You know, I guess he's a member. Xander, Putnam, like these are just guys that have Cantlay. Yeah, I took Cantlay out of my big one. I replaced him with Xander. Actually, I kind of like my big one. I appreciate the confidence from the Adam Scott. I'm gonna keep him in there.
It's not that I didn't say like I love him or anything.
No. I just want.
I have very little of him in all fairness, but like I do. He's one guy I'm trying to get in, and it's everybody in that range are the people that I didn't get enough of, and that are like just on the outskirts of guys I think will actually win this tournament.
I'll tell you who's not going to win this tournament is Carlos Rodon. He's definitely not winning this tournament. Well, boy, oh boy, shouldn't I just, instead of playing Scott, play somebody else? So I could play, instead of Scott, I could play Gooch, Minwoo Lee, Connors,
Yeah, is that the problem? That's what I was just saying a second ago. Like that's the problem.
Bradley.
That whole range is all loaded. Even Bradley, I'm not getting to because that I like that range. And sometimes you just have to make sacrifices. Like it, I don't know. I like this lineup too much. Fitz, Fleetwood, Lowry, Homa, Oosthuizen, McIntyre. Some chalk and a lot of not chalk. Or some not chalk, 2 not chalk. Actually, not a 3, yeah. Homa won't be chalky.
All right, so this is actually my last decision here. Scott, but then if I go down to Cantlay instead of Xander, what does that get me? Oh, then I'm going to be playing Tom Kim, really?
There's nothing wrong with Tom Kim.
There is nothing wrong with Tom Kim. Is there anything wrong with Minwoo Lee?
No.
Nothing wrong with Minwoo Lee either.
I like Minwoo. It's a huge he's like the most likely to miss the cut of all those guys. But he also probably has the best chance to, maybe other than Connors, to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I do have in one of my my single entries, as far as a real low on play, I have the Hoist guard.
Kenny's talking about English too. See, I'll throw him into just to get a little bit of exposure. I said that before I was going to. Sorry, go ahead, Chief. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing. Let me see one other thing.
Oh, I had to throw Ben Griffin into a lineup also.
Oh, Ben Griffin, nice.
Just to I just think you should you know what I mean? Like the amateur kid who was owned by like 3 people in the whole Millionaire Maker, Bennett at the Masters, who finished 8th or whatever. Imagine if he was 5,500. Just play some of these little guys.
Dude, this guy's really gonna win with this Edward Julian one-off against his own pitcher lineup.
Yeah, it's too big a slate for that. It's just so dumb. And then trying to explain it to people makes everyone feel dumb.
Yeah, something like that.
There's nothing good about it.
Yeah.
What about? Okay, there we go. I'm starting to figure something out here. I do really like I think that Finau is the most mispriced player. Just because he's probably going to finish in the top 20. Like, he's not a top 20 price player, and he almost always will finish in the top 20 here. What about Phil?
He's in the tournament?
He's playing, apparently, as of this moment. It's funny because we're more willing to play Oosthuizen, who we don't even know if he touched a golf club, but we don't want to play Phil. We at least know he's playing golf. You feel me?
Yeah, we haven't found an Oosthuizen withdrawal in a while.
No. But we haven't seen him play. That's why.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't played. It's easy to not withdraw when you don't play.
It's true.
I'm trying to my big buy-ins sort of went against your general philosophy for the week.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm playing all the guys. I want the beer bellies. I want.
Oh no! Don't do it.
All of it. Bring it out. I'm in.
No.
I'm in on all of it. I'm buying in. I'm buying in on perception, if that's the perception. including guys. But like the thing is, like, there's guys like that, like, you know, the Brits, like Matt Wallace. No one will play him. He's 6K. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually think it does feel like a stars and scrubs thing, just when you create that extra thing, because Matt Wallace would be 6,800, which would make it tight to fit a 12K guy, more tight than when you expand it.
Ooh, okay, so wait. I'm glad I did this. So for tomorrow, it's an early slate. It's 12:20 p.m. The baseball.
Ugh.
You can take a quick look at this. And it's Spencer Strider. 12,600.
How do we fade him? Who are they playing?
Arizona.
Let's play Arizona. Let's go. I'm in.
Zach Gallen on the other side of that game.
I'm in on Gallen in Arizona. There we go. The question's been answered. That's how you make all the money tomorrow.
Oh, no, look at some of these. Let's see.
All you need is one game.
Oh, no. Would you get Burns at 8,500? He's always there for the Strider fade.
Who are they playing?
At Philly, whatever.
Yeah, it's no good.
Not ideal, but
well, that's a different thing, though.
oh, check this out. How about a righty against Detroit? Zach Greinke, 5,200.
Oh God, you don't need to do that tomorrow. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. How many games is it?
It's 7 games, 8 games. Jose Quintana's making his start.
Do you know who plays really well on these long courses is Kitayama? But I don't think it's the right time to like play him. I just feel like he is. The pricing is a little higher than it should be based on everything else.
Oh, right. Check this out. You get another Seattle righty against Minnesota tomorrow. You get Kirby this time. Yeah, so I'll be around at 11:30 to do the live. If you're up, great.
No, I'll jump in. I'll jump in, but I don't know if I'll be there because I have a morning thing.
You got stuff, okay?
But I think I could be there by like 9, but it'll be right before lock. But
okay. Yeah. And there's nothing really later. You know what I mean? It's like a 6-4.
Yeah, it's not really yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 12:20. It'll be just probably wrapping up the coverage of the.
It'll be done way before that.
No way! It's like.
Oh no, you're right. No, not till 9 p.m. their time.
Yeah, it gets dark very late there.
Oh, it's 8 p.m. their time. Never mind, it's 8 because it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
So from you, it's only 5 hours. It's crazy to me. Like it is weird. Like I think if you lived on the west, don't you think it's different? You lived on both sides.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the sports from the West Coast.
Then you still have a whole day ahead of you afterwards.
Well, not this that I like the football like starting at 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
I like that a lot actually.
It's incredible.
Monday Night Football starting at 6 was a little bizarre though.
Yeah, but if you have too many friends who are into partying, it's really fun, but it's also really dangerous because then it turns into like, well, I have to wake up in a couple hours to get my lineup set, and then it's like, oh no.
Think about it from that perspective. I just meant like from the perspective like actually to enjoying the games. I like the waking up at getting at like 10 in the morning having the football start.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. Kenny talked me into this Jordan guy. If you tell me a home course for a course I have a hard time tracking, I'm in. I have some of this Guido Migliozzi too. From Hoagie. I have a lot of really weird plays.
Yeah, I've played the Migliozzi before, but not in like a real PGA event. That was when I played like the Barbasol, whatever.
But I actually think like these, this is the variants of the course. Like these other super cheap guys are just worth taking some shots on anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other sweats in baseball that we should look at?
Nope. We're done.
We're done. It's done?
All right. Good luck, everybody, in the Open Championship. Good luck in the split LOL slate that everybody's obviously gonna be playing. Um, good luck in the tennis, and I will see you tomorrow at 11:30 for the baseball. And tomorrow night is off.
Off. What
Off.
is that like?
Well, yeah, we'll see.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Like